The greatest moment at Sportsman's Park took place on October 15, 1946. The 1946 World Series was one for the ages that involved two of baseball's most historic franchises, the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Red Sox, winners of 104 games, had one of the most potent lineups in baseball that year, and were led by American League most valuable player Ted Williams. They were playing in their first fall classic since 1918, and their first since selling Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees in 1919. The Cardinals, winners of 98 games, were led by National League most valuable players Stan Musial and Enos Slaughter, and were playing in their fourth World Series of the decade, beating the Brooklyn Dodgers in a best-of-3 playoff, and having won titles in both 42 and 44. The series would start in St. Louis, where the Red Sox took the first game in dramatic fashion. They were down to their last out when Tom McBride got a game-tying single, and Rudy York won it with a home run in the 10th. After the Cardinals took Game 2, the series shifted to Boston, where the Red Sox would win Game 3 on a complete game shutout by Dave Ferris. After the Cardinals evened up the series, Joe Dobson pitched Boston to a Game 5 victory to put them one win shy of their first title in 27 years. However, when the series returned to St. Louis, the Red Sox would have to face Harry Brackeen, who shut them out in Game 2, and he would continue his dominance in Game 6, limiting Boston to one run and forcing a winner-take-all. Starting the 7th game was Ferris for the Red Sox, facing 15-game winner Murray Dixon. The Red Sox scored in the first on a sac fly by Dom DiMaggio, and in the bottom of the second the Cardinals would tie it on a sac fly by Harry Walker. The game remained tied at 1 in the bottom of the 5th when Walker led off with a single. After a sacrifice, Murray Dixon hit a double to left to score Walker, and Red Schoendienst would follow with a single to center to make it 3-1. Terry Moore came up next and singled to center to chase Ferris, and Dobson would come in to relieve. Dobson retired Musial for the second out, and after an intentional walk, would retire Whitey Kurowski on a forced play to prevent further damage. Dixon, however, had settled into a groove and held the Red Sox bats in check going into the 8th, with St. Louis still leading 3-1. Rip Russell led off with a single, then pinch hitter Catfish Metkovich doubled to left to put runners at second and third with nobody out. Brackeen came in to relieve and retired the first two hitters, as the Cardinals were now 4 outs away from the championship. Dom DiMaggio came up next, and when it seemed like the Redbirds were out of the inning, the little professor hit a double that scored both Russell and Metkovich to tie the game. The Red Sox now had new life, and the next batter was Ted Williams, who had been playing hurt throughout the series and had struggled at the plate. He had a golden opportunity to redeem himself and was hoping to put Boston in front, but Brackeen would retire him on a pop-up to get out of the inning. Bob Klinger came in to pitch the bottom half, and leading off was Enos Slaughter. Country had come into his own as one of the best hitters in the game and would go on to have a Hall of Fame career, but his defining moment came in this inning, which would be forever known as Slaughter's Mad Dash. Slaughter led off the inning with a single to center, and 2 outs later, Harry Walker came to the plate. With the count at 2 balls and 1 strike, the Cardinals called for a hit and run. Walker lined a ball to left center that went over the head of Leon Culberson for a double. Culberson retrieved the ball and fired a relay throw to shortstop Johnny Pesky. As Slaughter headed to third base coach Mike Gonzalez gave a stop sign, but Slaughter ran through it and Pesky hesitated slightly before throwing the ball to the plate. What exactly happened regarding Pesky remains a matter of debate to this day. Many have considered him a goat, believing that Slaughter would have been out had Pesky immediately thrown to the plate. Others say he assumed Slaughter wouldn't run home and was checking Walker at first, while others claim that he was shocked to see Slaughter attempting to score and it caught him off guard. Whatever the reason, Pesky's delay in a weak throw home allowed Slaughter to score the go-ahead run and put the Cardinals ahead 4-3 and within reach of their 6th world title. However, the final 3 outs would not come easy. Brackeen stayed in the game to close it out and gave up a leadoff single to Rudy York. Bobby Doer then hit a ground ball to shortstop Marty Marion, which he would beat out, sending York to second, to bring up Pinky Higgins with the go-ahead run now on base. Higgins hit into a forced play to send York to third, and Roy Partee would come to the plate. Raquin retired Partee on a pop-up to Musial at first, and with 1 out remaining, pinch hitter Tom McBride came to the plate as the Red Sox last hope. With a crowd of 36,143 on their feet, hoping for the final out, McBride hit a ground ball to Red Shane Dienst at second that he threw to shortstop Marty Marion for the force on Higgins, and the World Championship once again belonged to the Cardinals. St. Louis wouldn't return to the postseason again until 1964, when they beat the Yankees in 7 games and would eventually win 7 more pennants, which included 3 titles. The Red Sox returned to the postseason in the impossible dream year of 1967, where they would lose to the Cardinals in 7 games and still hadn't won a Fall Classic since 1918. It would finally end their drought in 2004, when they played St. Louis for the 3rd time and defeated them in 4 games.